2022 Audi RS3 First Drive, more is better. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe buttons, so that we can continue to provide information about car and motorcycle news. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Sometimes, less is more. The updated 2022 Audi RS3 weighs a bit less, and that's always a good thing when it comes to improving performance. Other times, though, more is more. The new RS3 sedan also wins by addition, more torque and more control over its distribution. Under the RS3's nose, Audi found an extra 15 pounds-to-foot of torque and one extra pony hiding out in the ECU of the turbocharged 2.5-liter inline-five 401 horsepower and 369 pounds-to-foot hardly monumental increases, but the previous RS3 wasn't lacking for power. What it was lacking was an ideal means of exploiting that power. The old RS3's Haldex differential and brake-based torque vectoring systems did their best, and they made the car a little ball of fun, but they were imperfect technical solutions. This time out, Audi's RS department went all the way and designed a proper torque vectoring rear axle. Dubbed torque splitter, it adds variable lockup clutch packs to each axle half shaft, allowing the computer to fully regulate the amount of power going to either rear wheel. Up to 50% of the engine's power can be shunted rearwards by the center differential, and of that, up to 100% can be sent to either rear wheel. Unlike a passive design, there's no waiting for a wheel to slip before power is transferred across the rear axle. The computer can send all the power to either side anytime it feels the need, and don't think it won't. The RS3 is better at the track, but its tires are in trouble. In an effort to further amplify the new system's capabilities, the RS team has introduced a new RS Torque rear selectable driving mode which sends as much power to the outside rear wheel as possible. In other words, the new RS3 has a drift mode. Audi hasn't gotten back to us on whether it was a pedantic engineer or a gun-shy lawyer that came up with RS Torque rear, but just know it's a long way of saying you can blow the rear tires off this car in under 5 minutes if you want to. Not only that, but you can look like Audi's new pal Ken Block when you're doing it. Big drifts require a very deliberate effort, also known as flooring it with the wheel cranked. Do that, keep your foot planted, and throw in a little counter steer and you can execute smoky, lurid drifts until you literally shred the tires off the rims. Because holding the drift requires so much throttle, it's very easy to control with the throttle pedal. The RS3's trick new torque splitter diff is hardly just for goofing off and destroying expensive rubber, however. Throw the car in another of its new modes, RS Performance, and it'll overdrive the outside rear wheel coming off every corner at the track, by sending more than enough power rearward and deactivating stability control at the same time. This mode can seriously brighten up your track days by forcing the RS3 to rotate harder on corner exit. Just remember, the absence of stability control is on you to manage. Brake early. Get the car down to the apex as quickly as possible, then stand on the throttle and let the rear end push it out of the corner. If it's a particularly tight corner and you're getting a little too much rotation, just back off the throttle slightly to correct. Really, the only way to get the dreaded Audi understeer with this car is to try to carry too much speed into the corner. Corner weighting will tell us for sure, but we doubt the RS3's weight distribution has changed much from the old car's 58% forward bias. As such, even with RS Performance activated, you'll want to treat it like a front driver and brake in a straight line, then worry about getting around the corner. A more than capable road runner. This advice is as valid on the road as it is on the track. There, the dynamic driving mode is more appropriate, paired with the stability control sport setting. Don't leave the stability control full on, as it'll clip the rear torque distribution at the slightest hint of rotation. Escape Sport gives you just enough leeway to tear up a winding road without any interference, taking full advantage of the rear axle's ability to rotate the car just a little bit exiting a corner. Doing so gives the RS3 so much more personality than before. Though the setup is still inherently neutral, you can now provoke playfulness at will. Anytime you want, the car will loosen up and give you a thrill. Helping to make it all possible is a strong front axle that grips and goes at all times. The steering responds immediately, though truth be told, Audi could make the ratio even quicker for the really tight hairpins without compromising much in everyday driving. While the steering feel itself isn't anything special, you get enough feedback from it and the rest of the car to have a good sense of what each tire is doing at all times.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like. Leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.